Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce. My name is Muhammad Nur Arif. My student ID 200305069 from English Education Kawan. Okay, I will explain you material journal is topic today. Mainstream language teaching no longer deems teaching method to be the key factor determining the success or failure of language teaching and learning. Learners shape their own learning process enormously. The rise of individual difference research has brought forth new perception of the nature of learner difference. There's research have centered much on such fundamental question as what makes a good language learner and why some students develop proficiency more briskly and easily than others do. One of the causes is that there are considerable individual differences in language learning in terms of gender, age, social status, motivation, attitude, aptitude, and culture. What works for one learner might not work for another. There is the facts the student take in and comprehend information in different manner. The study aims to explore students' perceptual learning style preference as well as whether any likers between language learning style and transferable as field of study. Study like gender age, language learning experience, and English proficiency level subs. Literature review. Literature review. Uh, According to the analysis, read assert the learning style have fundamental correction on which they are based. Learning style exists on what continue although they are described opposite weakness. Currently, the involvement of several dimension simulation thus in the study the definition provided by Dunn and Dunn. Learning style is a that describe and variation among learners in using one more sentences to understand, organize, and retention experience will be taken as a basis. Analysis versus global. Relation to the learning style dimension of sensory trait is that of global analytic thinking. Research on the reference of the brain suggests that we process two different ways of processing information. Global in the right half remains, and analysis in the left hemisphere. Global learning requires on every picture first. The analysis learner move from one point to another in the step-by-step manner, while the global learner spans part. Global learner, on the other hand, learn more effectively through concrete experience and by interaction with other people. Global learners are spontaneous and intuitive. Global learners learn best through choral reading, recorded books, storytelling, games, or group activity. Field, field independent versus field dependent. According to Swanson, one model that has greatly impacted the field of learning style Herman Wittking's construction of field dependence and field independence, which measure the extent to which a person is influenced by a surrounding field. Field independent individuals are able to perceive the figure in the maze of the surrounding field functions more autonomously since their relations on internal reference allow them to structure situations on their own. Remiser and Cassandra write that in a field-dependent motor perception, the organization of the field as a whole dominates perception of in parts. An item with a field is experienced as fused with the organization ground. In a field-independent model on perception, the person is able to perceive item and describe from the organization field. Field-independent learner readily spread key detail from a complex or composing background, while the field-dependent peers have trouble doing this. Reflective versus impulsive. In language learning, you can draw a basic distinction between the trained who are flexi and continue and so train determinant with the tasks you set for them, and students who are impulsive and more prepared to take risks, to experiment with language, and so are more likely to be on the edge. Intuitive, intuitive, random versus impulsive. Intuitive random student thinking is abstract, futuristic, large-scale, and non-sequential worlds. In contrast, sensing sequential learning are grounded in the here now. They like facts rather than theories, want guidance and specific instruction from their teacher, and look for the consistency. Extrovert versus introvert. By definition, extroverts gain their greatest energy from the external world. Rotation, the person is charger of learning, although the question giver introvert the popular opportunity to participate equally with extrovert. Thinking versus feeling. In comparison, feeling learning value other people in very personal ways. L2 teacher can help thinking learning show greater over compassion to their feeling classmates and can suggest the feeling learning middle to down their emotional expression while working with thinking learners. Participant. Foreign Language and University of Social Sciences Humanity in Ho Chi Minh City were invited to participate in study. The average age was 2002 years, ranging from 16 to 42 years old. The participants varied greatly in terms of length of their learning experience. The result of the analysis and discussion indicate there existed some significant relationship between student learning style, preference, and such variables as field of study, length of tertiary study, gender, age, learning language experience, and English proficiency level. Although it is said that traditionally the teaching of UFL in Vietnam is dominated by a teacher-centered, book-centered, grammar translation method and emphasis on mechanical memory, which result in the number of typical learning styles. With visual learning brain of the dumb, the study provide that the visual and the individual were only perfect by a tiny number of UFL students. This suggests that UFL students show a strong preference for more communicative activity that enable them to be involved in physical movement. In sim, students are more and more adapting themselves to active learning and express a negative attitude toward passive learning in rotated learning. Oke, itu saja penyampaian materi dari saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.